Hello everyone, today we are going to cover one vulnerability named IDOR, and this is basically premium room in TryHackMe. So you have to pay for this room if you want to access for this room. And IDOR learn how to find and exploit IDOR vulnerability in a web application, giving you access to data that you shouldn't have. So let's start, and I already covered this, but let me reset progress so we will complete it. Okay, so let's start. What is IDOR? IDOR, in this room you are going to learn what an IDOR vulnerability is, what they look like, and how to find them, a practical task exploiting a real case scenario. What is an IDOR? IDOR stands for Insecure Direct Object Reference and is a type of access control vulnerabilities. This type of vulnerability can occur when a web server receives user supplied input to retrieve object, file, data, document. Too much trust has been placed on the input data and it is not validated on the server side to confirm the requested object belongs to the user requesting it. Okay, so our first question is, what does IDOR stand for? So IDOR let me copy this, because insecure direct object reference, we will paste here, and first task has been completed. Okay, in the second task, an IDOR example. Imagine you are just signed up for an online service and you want to change your profile information. The link you click goes http online service thm profile user id 1305, and you can see your information. Curiosity gets the better of you and you try changing the user id value to 1000. Instead, this link, and to your surprise, you can now see another user's information. You have now discovered an IDOR vulnerability. Ideally, there should be a check on the website to confirm that the user information belongs to the user logged in requesting it. Using what you have learned about, click on the view site button and try to receive a flag by discovering and exploiting an IDOR vulnerability. So let me click on view site, and in this question they are asking for the flag. So here we have a check through the email below and try identify the URL. Looks like it could potentially be vulnerable to an IDOR attack, and click on it. Okay, shipping. Okay, your order 1234 has been shipped. This is your online store link. Okay, and next one is order confirmation. This is confirmation link. No reply. TryHackMe link. Okay, jo fake email dot thm Saturday night. So we have total 4 emails, 1 2 3 4. So as you can see here, already written. Okay, we have to change to the 1000. So we will click on this and you will see here is the link or URL, we can say. Okay, so we have a 1234 invoice. Okay, and here invoice some items and some amount also is. So let me edit. Let's check we can access another invoice also or not. After clicking on 1000, you can see jumper 30 pound or and you can see we got our flag. Without wasting any time, let's move another task, because in IDOR vulnerabilities we can change in URL or a digit or given URL, and we can get another user data also. Okay, so let's click let's move on another task. Let me minimize here. Okay, so finding IDORs in encoded IDs. When passing data from page to page, either by post data, query string, or cookies, web developers will often first take the raw data and encode it. Okay, Encoding ensures that the receiving web server will be able to understand the content. Encoding changes binary data into ASCII string, commonly using the A to Z small A to Z 09 and equal to character for padding. The most common encoding technique on the web is base 64. Okay, encoding and can usually be pretty easy to spot. You can use website like base 64 to decode the string, then edit and data and re-encode it again using base 64, and then resubmit the web request to see if there is change in the response. See the image below as a graphical example of this process. Okay, what is a common type of encoding used to the website by the websites? Okay, we already know base 64. Okay, let's move on task 4. What is task 4? Task 4 is basically hashed id. Hashed id are little bit more complicated to deal with than encoded one, but they may follow a predictable pattern, such as being the hashed version of the integer value. For example, the id number 123 would become this if md5 hashing were used. Okay, so it is uh, worthwhile putting any discovered hashes through a web service such crack station. Okay, I already did this. Actually I pasted this just before, and same hash. So if you will paste here on crack station, you can click here, crack the hashes, so you get to know that what type of hash is there. Okay, which has database of billion of hash of values to see if we can find any match. What is a common algorithm used to hash id? Okay, so let's move on task 5. Unpredictable id. If id cannot be detected using the above method, an excellent method of IDOR detection is to create two account and swap the id number between them. Suppose I create account 1, account 2. Okay, if you can view the other user content using their id number while still being logged in with a different account or not logging in at all, you have found valid IDOR vulnerability. Suppose I created account 1, account 2. Suppose if I'm logging from account 2 and I can access account 1 data also. Okay, what is the minimum number of account you need to create to check of IDOR between account? Okay, minimum 2 accounts. Okay, where are they located? The vulnerabilities endpoint you are targeting may not always be something you see in the address bar. It could be content your browser load in via AJAX request, or something that you find refresh in JavaScript also. So always it will not in address bar. So sometimes endpoint could have unreferred parameter that may have been of some use during development and got pushed to production. For example, you may notice a call to user details displaying your user information authenticated through your session, but through an attack known a parameter mining, you discover a parameter called user id that you can use display other users information. For example, user details query parameter user id 123. Read the above. Okay, okay, let's do the practical. In practical, begin by pressing the start machine button. Once started, click the below link. Okay, in browser type. Okay, so we will get the link. First you will need to log in. To do this, click on the customer section to create account. Once login, check on the your account tab. The your account section gives you ability to change your information such as a username, email address and password. You will notice the username and email field pre-filled with your information. We will start by investigating how this information get pre-filled. If you open the browser developers tool, okay, select the network tab and refresh the page. You will see a call to an endpoint with the path API, okay, customer ID did this, okay. The page written in JSON format, your user ID, username and email address. We can see the path that the user information show is taken from the query string ID parameter see blue image, okay, fine. You can try testing the ID parameter for an IDOR vulnerability by changing the ID another user, okay. Try selecting user ID 1 and 3 and then answer the question below, okay. What is the user name for user ID 1? What is the email address of user ID 3, okay. So after starting the machine, we have to click on this link. In same browser our link will open, and we don't need any separate here for machine, okay. So we can see here Acme IT support, home, news, contact and customers. We have to click on the customer and your account. Actually I created account just before, so that's why it's showing. uh, for uh, uh, for this video let me do it again, okay. So we are creating a account. First we have to click on inspect and network, okay. So we can see all the details here and com acme 123 will be password, acme 123. After clicking on sign up we can see here, okay, fine. So we can see here all the details related DOM and what is this, okay. Can I change it, view, okay. I don't need AI assistant, I want to see only this part of. That's why I like the browser not this browser, yes, huh. Here you can see dashboard, support your account. My account is here, your account, okay. Here acme or in your account you can see here is customer ID. So you can see this is IDOR. If we can easily change, this can be IDOR vulnerabilities. So suppose let's try and copy this link, go to this link. So you can see here API v1, as we already read here, API v1 customer ID user ID, okay. So what is our question? What is the username of user ID 1? Suppose if we will change the user ID 52 to 1, so we can see username changed. Without login we got the another user's information, that's why it's called IDOR vulnerability. And now the second question is, what is the email ID of for user ID 3? So for user ID 3, email ID is John911 and email ID will be j@fakemail.thm, okay. Okay, so finally we completed this room. For more videos like, subscribe my channel, and stay tuned for other videos.